Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wrestling Tracks.
Well, hello, Wrestling Track World. Thank you for tuning in tonight to the Monday night after the first Monday Night Raw edition of Wrestling Track. Oh, man, did we have a great night of wrestling on tonight. Man. We had some big news. We have a new champion tonight. And we have a big event coming up for SummerSlam. Oh, man. Where do we get started? Well, we're going to get started with, last night, Battleground. Great match. Great event. We had Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship, which when they started calling just the WWE Championship and stopped calling it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I knew right then and there that when they did the Raw, the brand split, that they was going to have a world champion on both Raw and one on SmackDown. And when I saw who was going to be in this triple threat match for the belt, I said, okay, Dean Ambrose is going to win it, and somehow they're going to put a title around Seth Rollins, a new title around Seth Rollins for the Raw, like they did Triple H when they did the split before. And I was, watching wrestling with my family, and lo and behold, Dean Ambrose won it. And after he won it, came back and tonight did exactly what I figured he was going to do. Except for one twist. They set it up to where on tonight, Seth Rollins was going to, say Seth Rollins got robbed out of the championship by Roman Reigns. And so what they did was they set up, they would be having their own championship called the WWE Universal Championship. Universal Champion. And they picked 8 men to battle off in 2 fatal 4-ways, with the 2 winners have to face off in the main event to get a shot at Seth Rollins to become the first ever WWE Universal Champion. Wow. I kind of saw it coming, but I did not expect it to come like that, which, is great that they did it like that. It's great how they, put things together like that. It's great how they, did everything like that. And they picked 8 guys who all deserved it in my book. They all deserve to be world champion. The 8 guys they picked to be in a 2 fatal 4-way match: Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Cesaro, Rusev, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Finn Balor. Wow. Some great matches, great wrestlers. In the first fatal 4-way, Finn Balor came out. Man, he done some great things since he been the first draft pick to come in from NXT. And then in the second fatal 4-way, Roman Reigns came out as the victor. And so we have the main event, Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. It was hard to just, see whether they're going to allow Roman Reigns to get another shot at Seth Rollins, or whether they're going to allow Finn Balor, who earned the right to be a main event player, to allow him to go up there to get the title shot. And it was a great match. Back and forth action. Finn Balor showed he's ready for the main event. Roman Reigns still not getting the respect that's due to him because of the bad taste that was put in the people's mouth because of Roman Reigns being around when Daniel Bryan should have got the push. And universe still feel like it was Roman Reigns' fault that Daniel Bryan didn't get the push that he should have. But, you cannot, make another man pay for how y'all feel another wrestler was treated. No, you can't do that.
I wish they would stop that. But no, a great match, and the outcome of that great match, Finn Balor with the coup de grace. It's gonna be Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, SummerSlam, Sunday, August 21st, for the WWE Universal Championship. Man, SummerSlam so far is gonna be great. What will SmackDown Raw do tomorrow to top tonight? Now they had something else great that happened on tonight. Finally, is all I can say about this. Finally. What am I talking about, people? I'm talking about the WWE has a new women's champion. Tonight, it was Charlotte defending her title against the woman who pinned her, who made her submit last night at Battleground, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks got her title match on tonight. Charlotte talked much noise, was trying to say she wasn't ready, and Sasha Banks came through. And I come to say that Sasha Banks has came a long way since NXT. She's come a long way. Her and Charlotte came a long way since WrestleMania 30 when Triple H used them as his ladies along with Dana, Alexa Bliss. Used them three ladies as his women in his part of his entrance in his match on the way to the ring against Daniel Bryan. Came a long way. Had a great match at WrestleMania this year. WrestleMania 32. WrestleMania 32. Had a great match this year. And I was, Sasha Banks, I wanted to see her winning at WrestleMania. They pushed it back, and she won it on Raw. And I love the fact that it allows somebody to win a title on Raw because it allows diversity. It allows make you want to come and see, okay, we're going to have title matches on here. We're going to see titles changed on here. It's one thing to see somebody defend the belt. I love seeing somebody defend the belt and hold it and make you like, okay, is somebody going to beat him? Is somebody going to beat him? When it finally happens, it's great to see it on pay-per-view, but it's even better to see it, every once in a while on Raw because it's that unexpected factor, that wow factor, that uncertainty factor that, man, you can see that now make more people tune in. Excuse me. That make people want to come and watch your product. Man. I was so happy that Sasha Banks finally won the title that she should have been had. She should have been won. Doing something that she should have, she been training and been waiting for. And that new WWE Women's Championship looked good on her. I'm so happy for her. And I'm waiting to see even great matches. The match she had with Bayley proved that she's ready for it. She and Bayley had the first ever Iron Woman match, 30 minutes. The matches that she had, both matches she had with Bayley, were match of the year quality matches. I mean, there was like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels from back in the day. Great matches. Great storytelling. Great back and forth action. They did some great things in the matches. Oh man, I'm just happy to see that they doing right and allowing somebody good to go ahead and win the belt, move forward, do some things with it. I'm ready to see some new blood now. I'm wondering, at SummerSlam, are we gonna see Charlotte trying to get her belt back with Dana Brooks trying to help her? We may see that. Are we gonna see Bayley come out to be at her aid? Are we gonna see Bayley versus Asuka in a rematch at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 2? Man, that is going to be a great match in itself. Let's stick to Raw for a little while before we go talk a little bit about NXT Brooklyn. Man, a great match, great back and forth action. Saw a little bit of feel, but when you take them high risk maneuvers, you have a chance, to maybe not hit it just right, maybe mess up a little bit. But she made it through and won the championship, which I'm so happy that she's able to win it, to get it, to move up. Excuse me, I'm just excited for women's wrestling in general to move forward and, to have something like that to happen for them. To me, it's a great thing that's happening for them. What we're going to do right now is, we're going to take a little break. And we're going to be right back after this commercial break. All right? All right. We're back talking about wrestling live on Wrestling Track. This is your host for the night, Greg McCray Jr. Talking you live all the way from the Bayou in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We'd like to send a big shout out to our host, to our leader of Wrestling Track, the great Lee Houston. We thank you for allowing us to come on tonight and a rant and rave and talk about wrestling. Again, to recap what we talked about so far. We talked about tonight, Finn Balor will go one-on-one at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins to become the first ever WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. Finn Balor had to go through a fatal four-way and go one-on-one with Roman Reigns for that. Seth Rollins had to go through the door. Will we see Finn Balor make it to the top? Or will we see them let Seth Rollins be the first one and allow Finn Balor to work his way up to finally winning? Now, one interesting thing that I love to see afterwards, we saw that, they asked Roman Reigns what he thought about it. And Roman Reigns said that he respected him and he hoped that he win the belt so he can get another shot at him. Thing that I think would be good for Roman Reigns would be to put him in a little feud, have him in a match for the U.S. title against Rusev. They was talking about how, indestructible, unbeatable Rusev looked. But Rusev, Roman Reigns, one-on-one, I think that'd be a good mid-card title for Roman Reigns. Put on him, allow him to, work, use it to build up a little fan base. I really don't like how they have a lot of fans are just booing him. I understand everybody have their rights. They're mad because they feel like he was thrown down their throat, pushed down their throats. To me, it was pushed down your throats to start booing for him because of the internet, so-called internet people telling this and telling that and talking about how this man high on Roman Reigns and this and that. I say, well, now Roman Reigns cannot wrestle and all this and that. But what nobody's saying that when Roman Reigns was a part of the Shield and the Shield was going through everybody and doing this and that, nobody said nothing about Seth Rollins being pushed down our throats as the next heel and all that. No, everybody want to be mad with Roman Reigns. That's just one wrestling track man opinion. I like his work. He got some good moves. He done some great wrestling matches. His matches versus AJ Styles, all three of them was classic. I loved all of them. Great matches that he had. Great feud that he had with him. It'd be interesting, to see, what direction they go with Roman Reigns now. Will he work his way up to getting another title shot? Like I said, I believe Roman Reigns Rusev would be a great rivalry for the U.S. title. I would, love to see Roman Reigns go against him and, beat him for it. And again, you have a champion that, have people want to tune in to watch him lose. And Rusev is that kind of wrestler, that pull out their pure hate. And, it'll be interesting to see that if he make it to the top of the line to get that world title and people tune in to see him finally lose it. Will he become the universal champion? Rusev, universal champion. I am your world champion. But anyway, we had the New Day come out celebrating, being the longest reigning tag team champions of all time in WWE. And as they were celebrating, out comes the Club. And I believe we will be seeing the Club battling the New Day for the WWE World title. And the Club beating the New Day at SummerSlam for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The tag team division is, real good. We have Enzo and Cass, which to me, they're future champions. I wish they would have won the title in NXT, but they're future champions. But I believe they're gonna be one of them, transitional champions who, they can't see themselves leaving the belt on them long, just to put the belt on them, just to say they were champions. We have the Shining Stars, which not doing real much or nothing. I'm not sure where they're going with the Shining Star. We have the Golden Truth. The Golden Truth, interesting dynamic. They have a great finish move there. I'm interested to see what direction they go with them. I believe that's a great team that they can use to push up other teams, to bring other teams to the forefront, to train them, to make them, get them ready for the big time. One interesting wrestler, I'm interested to see how they use him, is Braun Strowman. Had a match tonight, and he finished the match with a reverse chokeslam. Albeit on some jobber who wasn't even bigger than his forearm. But it'd be interesting to see if that's going to be his finish move, a reverse chokeslam somebody onto their face. Wow. I cringed when I saw it. I'm like, wow. He'll be an interesting worker. Braun Strowman versus Rusev. Talk about power versus power. That'd be, man, them two connected became a tag team. Man, talk about a tag team that could dominate and could reign over the tag team division for a few years. I mean, the Brothers of Destruction should have been tag team champions if it were not for people interfering in their title matches and causing them to lose, which would be the only way I could see somebody beating Rusev and Braun Strowman. They hadn't, used Braun Strowman too much since he came and debuted for the Wyatt family. But now it's the time for them to start building him up, getting him ready, gearing him up to start using him like they've been planning for him since they first brought him in. They was talking about using him in a match against Undertaker at WrestleMania. I would like you to see him take on Brock Lesnar one-on-one. Can he survive Suplex City? Can Brock Lesnar take him to Suplex City? What can Brock Lesnar do with him? Like, so many questions that can be asked. Speaking of Brock Lesnar will be facing one-on-one at SummerSlam the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton. Oh, man. I would love to see Randy Orton reverse the F5 in midair as Brock Lesnar tries to spin him around, and he come around as he's about to hit the ground. Out of nowhere, hit him with the RKO. That would be crazy, stupid, insane. That he hit him, he throw him up in the air for the F5, and he holds onto his head and hit him with the RKO. I can see it in my head. I can see this in my head. If anybody, for those of you that watch DDP wrestle, DDP that hit the diamond cutter out of any air position. I seen him get put up for the choke slam, and as on his way down, he hit the diamond cutter on the Giant. I've seen somebody try to toss him off, try to bring him off the top rope for a superplex, only to turn the superplex into a diamond cutter. I've seen people try to do their finish move, and he turned it into the diamond cutter. DDP was the first person to use that move. And when I seen Randy Orton have his own version of the move, I was like, that's perfect for him. That's perfect for him. That first finish move they gave him, that rolling neck roll that that MVP called shot baller, that was his finishing move. When I seen him come out and start hitting the RKO, I was like, that's perfect for him. That's perfect for somebody like Randy Orton. That's the move Randy Orton needs. I'm interested to see how that match is played out. How is it handled? How many suplexes is Randy Orton going to be hit on? Is he going to roll around the ring like John Cena? Is he going? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Is he going to roll around the ring like John Cena, or is he going to wait for a chance to hit the RKO out of nowhere? Maybe even hit the RKO out of one of them German suplexes, or maybe one of them overhead suplexes. Oh, man, that's going to be a great, great match. And speaking of Randy Orton, it was so great to see Randy Orton back on TV, live from Battleground. It was great to see him back, look healthier. He looked in shape. He looked like he was ready to get back in the ring. It looked like his shoulder was in good condition. He looked a little bit muscular than he normally is, which is great to see. Man, it's great to see him like that. It's great to see that kind of see him come back in shape, ready to go, ready to move forward in his wrestling career. Um, I'm ready to see him move forward. I'm ready to see actually get into some few matches on SmackDown Live before SummerSlam hit. Get some of that ring rust off. Um, it'd be interesting to see if they're gonna allow him to wrestle beforehand, or what they're gonna do with him before SummerSlam. I've heard some stories about being at the Performance Center, getting the ring rust off, getting some practice in. Be interested to see. Now let's get on to we said we was gonna talk about NXT and NXT Takeover Brooklyn. It's gonna be the night before SummerSlam, live from the Barclays Center. NXT Takeover Brooklyn last year was great. NXT every takeover gets better and better and better, and this is like as big as like they version of WrestleMania. We're gonna see which direction they go, and I don't know yet if any matches been planned for yet. Bailey was on Battleground last night, the surprise tag team partner of Sasha Banks. They say maybe for just one night only. She set her sights on regaining her title back from Asuka. Um, it'd be interesting to see how that match go this time. I would love to see Bailey regain her title. Bailey is a top wrestler, top women's wrestler, a great performer. Asuka has put on some great matches since she's been in NXT. But it'd be great to see what direction they're gonna go with Bailey. It'd be great to see, is it gonna allow her to be a two-time NXT Women's Champion before they bring her up to the main roster full time. Now it's gonna be also interesting to see, what the WWE gonna do with, the women's division on SmackDown Live, the tag team division on SmackDown Live. But let me finish talking about NXT first, then we're gonna go back and talk about them. We have the Revival, two-time NXT Tag Team Champ. American Alpha got drafted to SmackDown. So, what tag team? Can't think of that tag team. Gampanella, I can't think of the name of them right now. Big name. Team that they said they beat the Revival before. It's a great tag team. Who beat Blake and Murphy. Could they be, the next team that beat them? See what direction they're going to go with. Samoa Joe. Heard stories about Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, that is going to be a knockdown, drag-out brawl. That match is a Hell in a Cell type brawl. That match could be one for the second ever NXT cage match. That match is going to be great to see. What direction they're going to do, what they're going to do with it. To see how they're going to handle it. To see what they're going to do. I'm wondering what direction they're going to go in with that. I've heard, but I see they're going to making confirmations about this. Back to talking about Bailey and Asuka. Are we going to see the rematch? Are we going to see Bailey get the match and at the next NXT takeover we get the rubber match between Bayley and Asuka. Bayley's ready for the main roster. Asuka, I don't know just yet. But Asuka, man, is the female version of Sensei Nakamura. Hard hitting, knock people out with her kick. Man, just wild and crazy. Man. Now back to SmackDown Live. They come out tomorrow live, the first live SmackDown with their roster. See what direction they go in and what they do and how they gonna handle. Who is Dean Ambrose, the WWE champion, gonna face at SummerSlam for the title? Will they have come up with their own tag team championship since Raw won't come up with their own world championship? Will they come up with their own women's championship to come back Raw having a women's championship? We know the only title they got is the world champion and the Intercontinental champion, The Miz. I was expecting, The Miz to lose his belt to Darren Young. I'm thinking somehow, some way, Darren Young may find a way, because Darren Young talking about he wants the Intercontinental title. So somehow, some way, I believe Darren Young may Intercontinental title. So somehow, some way, I believe Darren Young may talk Mick Foley into trading him to SmackDown so that he can get a shot at The Miz and another shot at Miz and the Intercontinental Championship. Somehow, some way, he's going to find a way to get over to SmackDown to get another shot at Miz. I'm wondering, how it's going to play out. Darren Young has been getting better since they put Bob Backlund in his corner with him. It's going to be interesting to see what direction they go in with it. It's going to be great to see how they handle it. Great to see Darren Young coming out, start using the cross-face chicken wing and everything. Let's see how they handle it. SmackDown, Daniel Bryan, general manager, Shane McMahon, the commissioner. They have some great tag teams their own self. They have the American Alpha. They have Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Eric Rowan, they have the Usos. They have Breezango, which put on a phenomenal tag team match for the pre-show of Battleground. And we're gonna see how they're gonna use their tag team division. But we still have the Cruiserweight Classic going on, and once the winner of that wins, the Cruiserweight is gonna be exclusive to Raw. I miss the days back when the Cruiserweight was exclusive to SmackDown. For me, they would be better on SmackDown with Daniel Bryan, but Stephanie McMahon got her way. You know what? We're going to talk a little bit about Battleground after I finish talking about SmackDown Live. It's going to be interesting to see. We know they're going to be celebrating Daniel Bryan still champion. Will they have their own fatal four-way to see who's going to get a shot at Daniel Bryan? Dean Ambrose, I'm sorry. They're going to have John Cena, AJ Styles, and two of their top stars fatal four-way for the champ. I believe they'll probably be a great match. Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Be interesting to see John Cena is going to get a chance at SummerSlam to tie Ric Flair. To tie Ric Flair as a 16-time world champion. I don't know if they're going to let him tie Ric Flair. I don't know if they're going to keep him right there. Ric Flair been pushing to go ahead and to allow not only for John Cena to tie him, but he want to see John Cena surpass him as a 17-time world champion. But we'll see. They don't do it at SummerSlam. I believe John Cena will win. If he do get another championship, he's gonna win it at somehow, some way, get a title shot at WrestleMania and win it. Only future will tell with that. We're gonna see what direction they go in with that. Now let's talk about Battleground. Before we get off the air, we're gonna talk about Battleground. Overall, great pay-per-view, some great matches they had on there. The triple threat match between all three members of the Shield, great match. The ending sequence was so phenomenal. It has ups and ups. I ain't gonna say no ups and downs. Ups and ups. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins teamed together to power bomb Roman Reigns through the table, old school Shield style. Then they went 1-on-1, went at it. I mean, Dean Ambrose proved, if he didn't prove to everybody that watched it that he is a main event player, then I don't know what more can he do to prove, to show you that he's ready for the main event. I mean, I'm sorry. He's showing that he's ready for the main event. He is a main event quality type person. He got what it takes to carry the company. How long, is he going to carry the company? It's a big question that we're going to see what they're going to do. See how they handle it, see what direction they're going to go in. I'm anxious to see how they're going to handle different things, how they're going to deal with what they're dealing with. It's interesting to see what direction they're going in. Great see how they handling, how they dealing with all of that. Man, no, what direction are they gonna go with the Miz? Like I said, I believe somehow, Darren Young said he wants the Intercontinental title. So, what direction are they gonna go in with? Is Darren Young gonna get traded? Is he gonna find some way to get on to SmackDown? How is he gonna handle everything? We're gonna see what direction they go in with that. Like I said, I believe Darren Young gonna find some way to get on SmackDown so that he can challenge the Miz for that Intercontinental Championship. So he can get that belt that he feel like he should have won at Battleground. It'll be SummerSlam is one of those great pay-per-views. Seeing championships won, seeing things done unexpectedly and expectedly. See people crown new champions. That's one of the major 4 championships. Battleground. Darren Young, Miz had a great match that was ended when they said that Bob Backlund interfered in the match. New Day and the Wyatt family put on a great match. Xavier Woods got over his fear of Bray Wyatt, did what he had to do, but came up on the wrong end of Sister Abigail. Sasha Banks with her guest, special guest partner, Bailey, put on a great match. Had a few little bumps, but they put on a great match. Sasha Banks got Charlotte to tap out to the second bank stake she put on her. We had Natalya and Becky Lynch put on a great show. We had, just a great night of wrestling. Great night of wrestling. Shield, the Shield put on a great match. The Shield is one of those stories that prove and show that you get proper training in NXT, and you show what you can do. That you come up to the main roster and you can do right, which is what Finn Balor is doing right now. He's proven why he was a big commodity over in Japan. He's proven why he was a big deal when WWE signed up and put him in NXT. He's proven in NXT why he's a main event player. And I'm anxious to see what kind of interest he's going to have at SummerSlam. I'm anxious to see the kind of match him and Seth Rollins put on together. I think that's, a lot of people say styles make matches. JPL says it, says it all the time, styles make matches. And to me, this is two people bring two different yet similar styles that's going to make a great match. I'm ready to see them move forward and just do some great work. Look like we're going to see the New Day versus the Club at SummerSlam. It's going to be a great match, a great way to see the New Day in a title reign. It's going to be some interesting things. We're going to get some more answers tomorrow on SmackDown Live. See what SmackDown will counter Raw for the championship match at SummerSlam. I heard some things about in the future after SummerSlam, in between the major four, that each promotion going to have their own pay-per-view, which is going to be great to me. You have your own pay-per-view where you can set up your own main event. They have their own pay-per-view where they set up their own main event. I don't know if they're going to do it, every other month, like they used to do back in the day, which gives a little more time to develop stories and to build up, more time to build up for matches. They're going to have two pay-per-views each month in between the big four, where you have, SmackDown have a pay-per-view 1 week, then Raw have a pay-per-view 2 weeks later. It's going to be interesting to see what direction they go in that. I've heard stories about that. I've heard stories about, they adding new pay-per-view names and, setting some things up. But, wrestling is on the up and up. Now, let's talk a little bit about TNA wrestling. They're gearing up for their Bound for Glory series. We've seen Bobby Lashley. Him and Eddie Edwards had a great match for both the X Division and TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which Bobby Lashley came away with the victory to win. They had a major player, a major independent star come over in Moose, come over and mess up their match last week, which a few weeks ago at Division Destination X, which caused them to have a rematch for the X Division and World Heavyweight Championship in TNA. Ring of Honor have had some great wrestlers. And when they moved on to other promotions, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, that's just to name a few. Kevin Owens. Once they leave Ring of Honor, man, it was destined for greatness. And TNA have kind of fell down, but all they need is the right management. The right management to get the money in order, to get the right television station where they can get the right fan base. And they can still put out some good products and get back to where they were. A few years ago when they were stationed in Orlando, to me, they gave WWE a run for their money. They, put WWE on notice that we are here, TNA. We putting out some good products. I mean, TNA took some wrestlers that WWE kind of gave up on and gave them new life. For those of you who don't know, Xavier Woods was in TNA before he came over to WWE. As Consequences Creed had some great matches. Him and Jay Lethal, great tag team. I think they even won the tag team championship as Lethal Consequences. Jay Lethal, the current Ring of Honor World Champion. I mean, his matches with Kurt Angle proved that he belonged in the main event scene. And I mean, but too many times, you have these smaller wrestlers that, people want to see the big wrestlers be champion. But Austin Aries proved that, a smaller wrestler can be champion. Jeff Hardy proved a smaller wrestler can be a great champion. Rob Van Dam proved that a smaller wrestler. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart proved that smaller wrestlers can be great technical, great high-flying champions. I would love to see Sami Zayn as a future world champion. Even Seth Rollins proved, a smaller wrestler can be a great champion. Finn Balor can prove the same thing. Just showing us, great works that they can do as on being champion. Too many people want to look for just a big man to be a champion, but it's not the case. Dean Ambrose is not that big. A great pure wrestler. Stone Cold wasn't really all that big. Was also a great world champion. TNA just need the right pieces to come in place. Drew McIntyre, put on some great matches. And I love his Claymore kick. To see what he's doing there, to me, WWE really didn't allow him to be the great future world champion that Vince McMahon said he was supposed to be. He was an Intercontinental champion, but they didn't really use him properly like they should have. As with so many talents, you gotta allow your wrestlers to go out there, have good matches, win or lose. If you give them time to allow them to have a great match, it's gonna come out. Even in a loss, it'll come out showing what type of wrestler they are. The crowd, not always looking for somebody to be just winners, but if you can show that you're a great wrestler, even in losses, like Daniel Bryan. He lost a lot of matches, but he showed that he was a great wrestler. He showed that he had a pure love for wrestling. To me, that was a great champion, a great wrestler, someone who has that pure love for wrestling. When you have that pure love for wrestling, man, it's going to come out in every match. You come up with innovative ways to do things. I just wish Daniel Bryan didn't have all the concussions early on in his career that cut his career so short. I wish he didn't have that pinched nerve that cut his career so short after recapturing the world champion that he worked so hard for. His match with John Cena, great match. I believe they held the title on to Randy Orton too long after he came in and did all that. But like I said before, talking about that, hindsight is 50-50. They got almost all they could out of it, but if Daniel Bryan could have stayed healthy, to me, he would have been the Hulk Hogan of this era. What I mean by that, Hulk Hogan was so great, everybody rooted for him so much. You pay money to go and see him wrestle and to see him win. And people were ready to pay money to see Daniel Bryan come out and win different ways, win have great match of the year matches every time coming out. And with that, we just want to thank y'all for listening to another great episode of Wrestling Track. It's been my pleasure to be y'all host on tonight. Great night of wrestling. Last night, great night of wrestling. And tomorrow night, make sure you tune in live on the USA Network. let's see what Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan have to come back at Raw. Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley with a broadcast for the new Universal WWE Universal Championship with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. That's going to be a great match, already a great match on paper. What are they going to do to combat it? Are they going to come up with their own version of the Women's Championship? Are they going to come up with their own version of the Tag Team Championship? As I was talking, maybe they'll bring back the Divas Championship for SmackDown. Who knows? Well, we'll see. We'll see. But again, I thank everybody for listening, for tuning in. Y'all have a great night and continue to enjoy yourself and continue to enjoy wrestling. Thank you, Lee, for allowing me to be your host. Thank you, people, for coming in and listening to me talk about wrestling. Y'all have a good night.